Now we're going to do some multiples. And when you do multiples, usually you're going to want this term, LCM, least common multiple. And that's just so your numbers don't get huge and unworkable. Well, not unworkable, just harder to work with. So let's say we have two numbers. Let's go with 18 and 30. So here's where going back to the factoring and Venn diagram is going to come into use. So 18 is 2 times 9, and 9 is 3 times 3. 30 is 2 times 15, and 15 is 3 times 5. So I make my Venn diagram. I got a 2 and a 3 in common, a 3 left over, and a 5 left over. So the greatest common factor would be 2 times 3, which is 6. Well, the least common multiple is just taking all of those numbers, the 3, the 2, the 3, and the 5, and multiplying those. So 3 times 3 is 9, 2 times 5 is 10, 9 times 10 is 90. So the least common multiple for 18 and 30 would be 90. Alright, next we have to find the least common multiple for 12 and 48. And here's what I want you to do. Before you start factoring and doing all that work, first ask yourself, will 12 go into 48 evenly? If the answer is yes, then you already know what your least common multiple is. So 12 times 4 is 48. You can just prove that real quick. 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 1 is 4. So my least common multiple here is 48. So before you start just multiplying and factoring and all that stuff, just look, will the smaller number go into the bigger number evenly? If it does, then that's your least common multiple. Let's do one more, 24 and 36. Now 24 won't go into 36 evenly, so let's factor that. So 24 is 2 times 12. 12 is 3 times 4, and 4 is 2 times 2. 36 is 6 times 6. 6 is 2 times 3. 2 times 3. So I got a 2 in common, a 3 in common, and a 2 in common. So I got a 2 left over there, a 2, a 3, and a 2 in the middle, and a 3 left over. So I just need to multiply all this. So 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 3 times 3 is 9, and then 8 times 9 is 72. And if you can't do that in your head, it's okay, just write it out. Alright, here's a common problem. You go to the store and you want to make hot dogs. Well, there's 8 buns in a package and 12 hot dogs. Well, if you buy one in each, you're either going to have some extra hot dogs or not enough buns. So if we want exactly enough hot dogs for buns, we need to find our least common multiple. So start with 8 and 12. Let's factor them real quick. So that'd be 2 times 4, which is 2 times 2. 12 would be 2 times 6, which is 2 times 3. Put that into my Venn diagram. So I got a 2 and a 2 in common. And a 2 left over for the 8 and a 3 left over from the 12. So 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 3 is 24. So you would have to buy 24 total buns and 24 hot dogs. So that would be 3 packages of buns and 2 packages of hot dogs to have the same amount.